Nasty, right?
Up.
What's up? I must quote you at least twice a week, James.
Hey, hoping it's a good quote.
It's always a good quote, man. When I'm especially when I'm talking to agents about, growing their business and growing their and scaling their business, and I talk about their responsibility to the agents that they attract to their universe. I owe that quote all to you, man. You are the embodiment, the living embodiment of being responsible for the people that you attract.
Love it, man. Man, I appreciate that, dude. There's a trip though that I had one guy that was that I was helping out with in business, and he was working with some of the stuff that we were doing for lead generation and things of that nature, and he went to my my YouTube joint and watched my video, the one we did with you, ended up reaching out to you. And he was like, man, like, this dude is so cool. He was like, man, I told him that I was working with you. And he said he put the Wakanda sign up,
That's right, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, so nah, man.
I tell him, man, I said, listen, man, you could name names or you could be a part of something. And when they're part of your universe, man, they're a part of something. And the one thing that I will say, the one bit of advice that I give to everyone that is in this call, on this call, around this call in the universe is lean in, man. There's a lot of information to be had here. Lean in. We don't know what we don't know. So if you ask the question and we don't know the answer to it, you are our ideal avatar because you force us to go out and grow and learn. So yeah, keep that.
Love it. Love it. All right. So before we get started and cracking with our presenter for today, and for you all that don't know, y'all in for a treat, man. So before we get into all of that whole stuff, let's kind of start off with a little bit of homework. First of all, we do these every second Friday of the month is our mastermind, where we get together, we share information about stuff we're doing within our business, growing, any problems that you have, and we're able to ask questions from that. So that's what this whole thing is about. But in this whole thing, a couple of things going on within our group. We got shareholders coming up. So for you all that are not, have not, registered for shareholders, just know that that is still available for everybody. And then, finally, let's kind of get this thing started with some good news. So who actually want to share some good news that they're having within the group? So let's start there. I always like to start, I'll start everything up with my good news. I've been able to, my son, which is 14, made the baseball team for his school. So, he's kind of rocking and rolling and pushing in that direction. So, I mean, that's my good news for today. But it can be good news, personal, business, whatever it is. Let's kind of start this thing off with some good news. Who want to share with the group?
I will share. My name is Azim. I'm calling from Toronto. I'm from originally from Uganda, East Africa. So this is my 50th year. I came as a refugee in 1972. I've been in real estate for a few years, but very complacent, very stagnant. But I am just joined eXp last week, so I just wanted to share with you.
Love it, man. Love it. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Let's go ahead and grow, and let's continue to build together.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, James.
Love it. All right. Anybody else want to share some good news with the group, personal or business wise? What's going on?
I have some pretty good news, James. I don't know if I count.
Nah, man, you always count. What you talking about?
So I had my first 1,000-seat presentation where I presented to 1,000 people in a room, and it was amazing, man. My first big stage, and I just did what I always did, and the feedback that I got was absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge, Tamara. Thank you. So that was my good news, man. I rock and roll, man. It was amazing.
1,000 people, man. That's a lot of folks, man. And it's just starting, so I already know what time it is.
Hey, and I made them do exactly what I'm gonna have y'all do today. So
Love it. Who else want to share some good news with the group?
Hey, James.
Hey, Marsha.
I attracted an agent that joined yesterday.
Good news. Yeah.
Yes,
Congrats
and
on
I
that.
also have a listing, and from that listing, I got 2 more listings from the neighbors,
Wow, that's
and
strong.
then 2 of those are actually buying again in the area. So that's like 6 transactions in one.
Man, that is good news. Congrats on that, Marsha. Wait a minute. The market's slow.
yeah, right.
It is.
Interest rates, blah blah blah.
It's slow, but it's still moving.
It's still moving. It's moving if you're moving with it. So let's go.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. 6 transactions. Love it, Marsha. All right. Who else want to share with the group?
I don't know if I can top Marsha, but I just have a closing next week. That's my good news.
Let's go.
Hey, just because Marsha has 6 of them don't mean your one doesn't mean much. Like, hey, let's go. We celebrate all closings.
Got to put in some more work.
Absolutely.
Love
That
it.
out of that one gave me 6, because those sellers are also buying. So yeah.
Love it. Love it. Who else got some more good news they want to share with the group? We got some awesome agents right here. Let's share some more good news.
This is Lori. I have a closing next week as well.
Love it, Lori. Congratulations on that closing next week. Look at these people closing deals. All right. Who else got some good news they want to share with the group? This thing moving. I know we got somebody else, business or personal. Let's go.
Well, I have my mentees. I have 2 mentees that are closing in the next week, and then the week after that.
So not only you closing 6 transactions, but the people that you're helping is closing transactions.
Yes.
Just to let everybody know. Go ahead, Sekou, I didn't hear you.
She need to present instead of me today.
Oh no. No, I need to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, the reason why we start everything off with good news is because it's contagious, right? I mean, that's really where this whole thing is about. So like, Marsha, she's been able to, get 6 deals out of 1, right? But the other part of it is because Marsha's positive and she's moving forward, she's sharing that same information, that same energy with her mentees. So guess what? Her mentees are actually catching on to it and they're closing deals. So like this whole thing is to help everybody else. So whether you're just, whether you're the one that's closing deals or if you're just the one that needs encouragement, you hearing other people close deals and making things happen, it directly affects you and affects everybody else. So we're just pushing for everybody. So that's the reason why we do this consistently, and and just making sure that everybody understands that we're all in this thing together. We're all pushing together, and we're going to grow together. So with that being said, before I get, is there anybody else that want to share with the group before we go into what's about to be a treat for everybody? Going once, going twice. All right, cool. All right, y'all. So if y'all don't know this guy, I'm telling you, like, he is a ball of energy in of itself. Like, honestly, he is one of the most sharing, giving individuals that I've found. He's a coach, he's a mentor, for so many people. He, basically ran a team of agents that was doing over 200 deals a year. And at the same time, being able to like grow everybody within his organization as well. So for you all that don't know, haven't heard, not familiar with, this is Sekou Pyle right here.
What's up,
in the
y'all? What's up? What's up?
building.
What's up? What's up? I see a few people that I know. I see, and then some people that I'm meeting for the first time. What up, Azim? Uganda, my brother goes to Uganda twice a year to put in water treatment and filtration. He's a former Delta Force Army Ranger, you know, super kill dude who's going to do life stuff, man. So we are officially a part of the family, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great.
man. Thank you. I have a question for y'all, and this is I'm coming from a very humble place right now. The question is, do you want me to talk about generating new leads or converting the leads you have? Which ones would you prefer? Start talking, put it in the comments. Let's get a consensus here. I see Tommy is chomping at the bits. I see him doing it. Let's go. You want me to generating? I got generating. Both. Bonetta says, is it Bonetta or Bonita? All right. For the converting, both.
It's
both.
Bonetta.
Bonetta. Okay.
It's Bonetta, yeah.
I got generator. I got both, but both would be great. All right. I guess that the boths have it. So we're going to do both real quick. I'm going to give you guys 3 concepts and statements, and then we're going to create a 3-question script that will both generate and convert leads for you today. Like Jimmy says that, you know, I run a team. I actually started a new team from scratch just to see if I could do it. We're looking to see if we can do 500 million in production in a single year. Damn. From scratch. Yeah, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be a 500. It's gonna be a $500 million in production team, and we're doing it literally growing it onesie twosie agents at a time, attracting them from scratch, bringing new agents into the fold, getting them productive within the first 30 days of meeting us, and creating no less than a deal a week per agent that we have in our universe. The technique that I'm about to share with you is called a deal a day technique. It's a pattern that you can follow that will generate a contract opportunity, either a brand new lead, a brand new contract, or a brand new conversion. It has been probably about 88% effective for me. And to use Jimmy's barometer, I do have quite a few people in my downline, and over 90% of them are productive and qualifying. So it's a simple technique. Thank you, Andre. It's a simple technique, and it involves work on your behalf, but the biggest part of the work is on your own mindset. So I am a little under the weather, so if my energy is a little low, forgive me. I'm doing all of this post-nasal and all of it. Everything is happening, so forgive me if I sneeze or cough or something like that. I'm gonna be all right. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to create some truths for yourself, right? So these are the truths for yourself. Watch this. Tommy, I'm gonna ask you a question. You can nod your head, shake your head. It's up to you, right? So Tommy, you're gonna meet a bunch of strangers this year, right? Like, you know, people clicking on links, leads coming in, right? I mean, that's gonna happen regardless of what you do. You're gonna meet new people, right? Okay. Oh, he's unmuting. Are you unmuting? Are you speaking? Let's see. Yes.
Yes, sir. I got you. Yeah, we here.
Okay.
We here.
Yeah. So you're going to meet a bunch of new people this year, right?
Right.
All right. And when you meet them, are you going to give them inferior service or superior service?
Superior service.
Superior service, like 100% of the time. Superior
1000%.
1000% of the time. You're going to go out of your way to make sure that these strangers are getting the real estate agent that they deserve, right? Right. How come we're not doing that for our friends and family? See, here's the thing. The idea and the concept that we have here is that you have a pocket full of leads already with you that you don't have to spend any money on, that you don't have to do any nurturing. You spent your whole life nurturing them. These are your friends, your family, the people in your phone. These are your natural circle. James will tell you that if I ever talk to you for more than 15 minutes, I'm going to equate real estate to the bakery, right? If you opened a bakery, chances are you open the bakery to share your baked goods, right? You're not opening the bakery to work the cash register, right? And so the first people you would invite to taste your baked goods would be your friends and family, right? but yet you're not doing this with your friends and family right now. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to reach into our phones, reach into our friends list, into our social media friends list, and we're going to generate no less than 15 deals today. It's going to be the start of 15 deals, and they may not be able to click the link today. They may not be able to make an offer today, but I swear to you, based on the work that you put together today. So we're going to do either text, calls, or social media posts right now that'll generate 15 leads. And yes, Azim, you too. I know that being in America for 58 years might make you somewhat of a skeptic when it comes down to this new social media stuff. I'm not saying you, but might, based on our age range. We tend to be a little bit more skeptical about social media, but it works for us as well. You'd be surprised about the people that are following us. I see my man Eric, I see Andre. You know, we're not exactly spring chickens. We're fall hawks. Okay, let's go. That's how we look at it, right? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a truth. This is one script that I use for everyone in my phone, for everyone on my friends list, even the ones that might even be haters. Yeah, I said it, Tamara. Even the haters, right? So this is a fact. Write this down. See, James, I did it better this year. I didn't curse, right? Write this down, right? I'm going to be helping a bunch of strangers this year. I'm going to be helping a bunch of strangers this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same level of service. It's insane if I don't offer you the same level of service. So, ... You got to put the ... because that makes it more important. So, ... How will I help you make a great real estate decision this year? Question mark. So how will I help you make a great real estate decision this year? Now, decision could be replaced with investment, move, purchase, sale, right? So how will I help you make a great real estate investment this year? So how will I make you make a great real estate move this year? So you can replace decision with investment, move, purchase, anything you want. So I'll read it from the top, right? Tasha, I am going to help a bunch of strangers this year. It's insane that I don't offer you the same level of service, right? So how am I going to help you make a great real estate decision this year? So bonus points if you make it as a video and send it to their text message and say their name in it. Right? So if I say, hey, Andre, man, it's me, it's Sekou. I just figured out that I'm going to help a bunch of strangers with their real estate this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same level of service. So I'm going to tell you what, Andre, how am I going to help you make a great real estate decision this year? Send it as a video text. There's bonus points. If you say their name, it's even more impacting. Now, I said to send that to 5 people. I send that no less than 25 people when I do it. So my minimum is 25 people. You have a non-0% return. So if I do that every day, if I send that out to at least 20 people every day, that's 100 people a week. Out of 100 people a week, how many do you think come back to me and say, hey, yeah, man, look, I was talking about this with my wife or my husband or such and such. I get no less than 5 people a week that this converts on. I didn't mean to raise my hand, my fault. That's the new features. They let you raise and lower your hand on your own, right? So that's part 1. There's a second part to this text, video, post, et cetera, et cetera. Tasha, if you do it as a social media post, oh my goodness, and start tagging some folks in it, be like, hey, this is Tasha Jackson. It's your girl on the inside. Listen, I am watching this real estate market go crazy. And I just realized that I'm going to be helping a bunch of strangers this year. It's insane if I don't offer you guys, my friends, my family, the same level of service. So how will I help you make a great real estate decision this year? You make that as a post and put 2 or 3 calls to action. So this, Tommy, I know that I'm throwing a lot at you at the same time, but this is what it's going to be. At the bottom of that post or connected to that text, you're going to create at least 1 call to action. You ready? So if you're sending it as a text message or if you're doing it as a video text, the next message that you send out is going to be connecting them to a lender, hopefully one that's very close to you. So are there any lenders on this call? Do we have any sponsors, any lenders on this call? No, James, this is a closed circle, right?
Yeah, I mean, closed circle, everybody's not with the same brokerage. Most of them
Okay.
are.
Well, this is going to work no matter what decision you make, even though, anyway. So if you're growing your business, right, you have to create allies. James is your first ally. This is an ally that's based on what I call the timer principle, Timer. Time, information, money, energy, and relationships. Timer, time, information, money, energy, and relationships. You like that, right? So this is a relationship connection. This is not going to cost you anything. This is a relationship investment. So the second part of this text message, if you send it as a text, Tasha, or a video text, you're going to create this call to action. Ready? I'm going to have my lender reach out to you. I'm going to have my lender reach out to you and see how much house you can buy if you wanted to buy a house, or how much home you could buy, or how much investment you could buy, right? So I'm going to have my lender reach out to you and see how much property you could buy if you wanted to buy a house. I'm going to have my lender reach out to you, see how much house you could buy if you wanted to buy a house. So there's a reason why I say it like that, and don't say, see if you qualify. Do not say, let's see if you qualify. That's going to create anxiety. The way that I'm saying it, everybody qualifies for something. Let's see how much house you qualify for if you wanted to buy a house. Now, check this out. Even if they already own a home, this is a great call to make. This is a great contact to make. If you already own a home, they could refinance maybe for a better rate or something like that, whatever. You're connecting them to your resources for free, right? Now, if this is a social media post, right? So different from a text, which is a direct message, different from a video text, which is a direct message. If this is a social media post, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to create a Calendly link so that they can click on it and set up a consultation with you. So, Andre, the way it would go is I've included my calendar link so that I can make time for you. Does that make sense, y'all? Daniel Grant, I like that. He's like, hell yeah, that makes sense. All right, so this is a principle that I want you to understand. This is actually a scientific principle that I'm giving you all. This is NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Okay, you ready for this? Can you please say the script again? No problem. So I'll start from the top. Hey, I'm gonna help a bunch of strangers with their real estate this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same level of service. So, ... Remember the ... Tamara. How am I going to help you make a great real estate decision this year? Right? So that's the first part. Then the second part is I'm going to have my lender reach out and see how much house you could buy if you wanted to buy a house. Or if it's a social media post, why don't you click the link so I can make time for you to see how much house you could buy if you want to buy it. Does that make sense, y'all? Okay, so Jennifer, this is called an obligation script. So I'm going to give you the pattern of this obligation script. The pattern goes just like this. So you can replace the words with anything you want as long as you follow this pattern. There's $1 million worth of coaching right now in 30 seconds or less. Ready? It goes like this. I'm doing something now. It could benefit you. How do you want it delivered? I'm doing something now. It could benefit you. How do you want it delivered? I'm helping a bunch of strangers with their real estate. How am I going to help you make a great real estate decision this year? Right? I'm doing something now. It could benefit you. It's insane if I don't offer you the same level of service. How will I help you make a great real estate decision this year? Does that make sense, y'all? You see the pattern. I'm doing something now. It could benefit you, such and such. You could do it a different way. Hey, I put together a list of properties every week. I deliver it to my investor clients and they take advantage of it. Did you want to be on that list? You can call up a FSBO. I'm introducing properties to all of my buyers. They're making offers virtually. How are you taking advantage of the virtual market? Right? So those are just a couple of examples of this obligation scripting. Any questions so far? Thank you. Oh, my man, David Walker in the place to be from Holland and Walker. So here is something that I want you to understand. I want you to understand this, that the market will bend to your will, not to your want. The market will bend to your will, not to your want. Okay. If you tell me that I want to do 50 deals this year, I'll tell you that's nice. If you tell me you'll do 50 deals this year, I'll be like, I'm paying attention. What can I do to help? Does that make sense, y'all? So I want you to understand that in moving forward, your daily activity is what's going to generate the kind of business. So we do some lead generation. We're going to do some lead follow-up and conversion. So I'm going to give you the pattern that puts together a deal a day. A number one, this is the pattern. A number one, ask for it. Right? You're going to state your will on the universe. You're going to ask the universe for what you want. You're going to tell the universe what you're going to do. Don't wait. Don't want, will. Okay? Will over skill any day. So the way that I start my day is I ask my business 3 really important questions. So this is the will, right? Ready? Who are my top 3 prospects? What do they want? And how do I help them write a contract today? Who are my top 3 prospects? What do they want? And how do I help them write a contract today? Who are my top 3 prospects? What do they want? And how do I help them write a contract today? The more honest you are with the questions and answers at the beginning of the day, the more powerful your day will be. Okay? So who are my top 3 prospects? I hear the bell ringing. Somebody just set an appointment. Congratulations. I'm sorry, I'm also lead generating at the same time, y'all. So, you know, we're doing business at the same time. So if you ask your business these questions, who are my top 3 prospects? So I'm going to assume that all of you on this call are either doing lead generation or following up on leads that you have. If you have people in your lead box, in your pipeline, there should be a prioritized order. There are some people who are more motivated than others. Even if you have a bunch of motivated buyers or sellers, there are some that are much more motivated than others. Would you agree? And so the way that my mind works is I look at my pipeline as if it was an actual line in my bakery. And so the people in the front, the people that take priority, we have to take care of them first before we can move on to the next one, before we can move on to the next one. If you don't do it like that, you have chaos, and it's just like a mishmash pit in your organization, and you wind up losing deals because you're not prioritizing deals. I learned this lesson a long time ago. If you try to serve everyone, you wind up serving no one. So instead, serve the person in front of you. Serve the most motivated first. Is that fair? Okay. So really, really simple. And I'm not going to go too deep into this, but understand that if you understand this principle of who your top 3 are, you'll never be without business, because you're going to be answering questions and creating shopping lists every day. So watch this, Tasha. Right? Who are my top 3 prospects? Well, I've got John, James, and Jane. What do they want? Well, they're all looking for condos in the such and such area of, all I know is the Battery, and I don't know if that's rentals or condos, but I know that it's a pretty nice little apartment complex. So I'm going to equate it back to that. So let's just pretend like they're all condos if they're not, please. Right? And so John, James, and Jane are all looking for condos in the $350,000 to $500,000 range. They're looking for these amenities. They want to be close to shopping. They want to have parking. They want to such and such. They want manicured lawns, but they don't want to have to do it themselves. They don't want a townhouse, but they want condos, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to go off market and search all of the properties in area A that match their criteria. By going off market, what I'm doing is I'm generating inventory for myself. So what do? I take their shopping list. I put a pin in a property that matches their criteria. I put a pin in the, I'm probably, I'm running the office at the same time. So if you see me talking to people in pantomime, all right, my brother, thank you. The UPS guy was just here dropping stuff off, right? So if you put a pin in that property, draw a circle around that property and call everyone in that circle, you're going to find 2 or 3 other people like Marsha did that are looking to sell. This is a statistical fact that when one sells, another 2 sell right behind it. But here's another statistic that most people don't pay attention to. When one is selling, there's 5 other people on the block that want to know what's up. And all you have to do is get in front of them and find them. And so this is the script that I use when I'm doing this sales process. So this is the dealer day sales process. You ready, guys? So I put a pin in that property. I draw a circle around that property. I use Mojo in order to pull the numbers, but you can pull the numbers any way you want. And if you're one of those agents that like to go door knocking, you could do that. I'm just using the most efficient method to communicating with the most amount of people. Am I in the right room? I'm in the right room. Okay. So I put a pin in that property, draw a circle around the property, call all of the owners in that circle, and I say this exact script. Ready, Lori? It goes like this. Hey, listen, first of all, nice to meet you. I do the pleasantries. Can we assume that I do the pleasantries, y'all? I don't have to do the pleasantries. All right. So, hey, listen, we're about to put in an offer at 123 Main Street. And they love the neighborhood so much. I was wondering, before we put this offer in, would you like to hear an offer on your place? So we're about to put an offer in, or LV, if we already put, or if we already have the offer and somebody accepted it and we got beat out, I might start off with, we made an offer on 123 Main Street. It didn't get accepted. I was wondering, would you like to see the offer as well? Wash, rinse, repeat. Now, there's only 3 answers that I ever get. The number one answer, what do you think the biggest number one answer that I get from homeowners in the community when I do that?
How much is the offer?
How much is the offer? That is the exact, that ding, 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 somebody give him a cup of coffee, because that is the biggest answer that I get. You would think that the biggest answer that I would get is no, I don't want to hear an offer. But I almost never hear that answer. But let's just say, so how much is the offer? Andre, what I do next is I then close for an appointment to review the property before I present the offer, et cetera, et cetera. And then I go into, and if you sell this house, if you accept this offer, where are you going to go next? And that's where Marsha comes in. I start doing the 4 and 5 and 6 deals off of that. Is that fair enough? Okay. The second biggest answer I get is, and this is weird, I'm never moving. I'm going to die here. This is where I'm going to stay, right? That answer I give, or the response to that is that congratulations. It's rare that you find people that do this nowadays. Did you want me to skip over you when I have offers, or did you at least want to hear the offers and say no? What do you think their answer is? They're always like, yeah, well, you don't have to skip over me and this and that. And then the third biggest thing is, no, I'm not interested, not now. I'm like, is it not now or is it no forever? It's like, not now. And then I always go into, who else do you know that I might want to talk to? Now here's Queensy. This is I hope I said that right. This is the number one reality in a community. There's always that person on the block that everybody wants to get rid of. Up here in the north, it's the person that shovels the snow and puts it on your property. Down there in the south, it might be leaves or grass or the cars in the lot, or whatever the hell it might be. But there's always that one person. Sometimes there's 2. And if there isn't that one person, it's you. And so I'm like, who else do you know that might want to hear an offer? They always suggest that one person on the block. Well, he's always out talking about such and such and such. Sunday morning loud music guy. That's right, Leon. Sunday morning. That I'm sorry to say that was my uncle. He actually put the speaker in his window and played his music, and it was like, you either liked it. He actually made a radio station called WGML. I do not lie to you. So anyway, so I want you to follow this pattern. This is the pattern. You are a real estate agent. Your job is simple. meet new people daily. There's your job. Meet new people daily. Okay. Now, what you do with these people is going to depend entirely on how you build your business. My job when I meet new people daily is to add them to my database. I put them in a place that they fit the best in my database. They're either going to be business now, business later, or business never, right? And that's the reality, okay? I don't spend any money on the business never folks, Jennifer. They go into my social media catalog, and even if they're negative or they say bad things, they push the algorithm, and I like to show them properties so that they can speak on them, and it makes everything look great. Tasha, I learned this from a Southern gal, a Tennessee, Georgia gal. She might even be a part of your universe, Tracy Wiggins, the boss lady. She has a pattern that she follows when she meets new people daily that I think is very powerful. And I'm very, 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 very honored to be able to present this to you all as a script. This is one script, but I'll tell you the pattern. It is data points, question, approval. There's the pattern. Data points, question, approval. You ready for this? James, you're going to love this one. Every new person she meets daily, everybody you meet, she says, African-American home ownership is at the lowest it's been since the 1960s. Okay, so that's the data point. Do you own your home? There's the question. Here's the approval. That's okay. We can figure out what we need to do to either refinance. It works like gangbusters. So it's a pattern. Data point, question, approval. And then you do whatever, call to action. Click on my link, or here's my card, or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. You would be surprised at how many contracts you'll start just from having that as a conversation. So watch this. Here's another data point. Prices. Here's a data point. What do they call that? The rate. What's the rate? Oh, come on, everybody's stressed out about it. Why can't I think of it?
Interest rate.
Interest rate. Thank you. I was like, the insurance rate. Right. So the interest. So here's a data point. Interest rates are high, but prices are controlled. Right. Interest rates are high. Prices are controlled. Would you like to take advantage of lower prices with a higher interest rate, or did you want to wait until interest rates go down and prices go up? Right. So it's data point, question, approval. Does that make sense, y'all? Here's another data point.
Say that again, please.
Oh, sure. Interest rates are high and prices are controlled. Did you want to take advantage of lower prices now, or did you want to wait for interest rates to come down and prices to go up? Somebody fight me on that. No? No fight? Okay, that's good. All right, here's another one. This is another data point, right? Data point, question, approval. Ready? Data point. I just found out that the average tenant is more qualified for a loan than the average investor is. That's crazy. Why don't we see how much house you qualify for if you wanted to buy a house? Data point. The average tenant, this is a fact, the average tenant is more qualified for a mortgage than the average investor. Anybody want to fight me on that? Anybody? What is the average credit score that a landlord is looking for? 670, 680, 650, et cetera, et cetera. The average, I don't have any lenders on the call right now, right? But the average lender can lend between 580 and 600. So that's at least a 25 to 30 point difference. And if you're one of my lenders, you'll lend at 550 or 560 because everyone qualifies for a loan. They just have to work harder for the ones at 550. Let's go, yo. If you're renting an apartment, the average landlord is asking for 40 to 44 times the rent as income. If you're borrowing, they're only asking 60% loan to value, or debt to income rather. That's almost 4 to 5 times more as a renter than as a borrowee or mortgagee, whatever it is. I don't remember, LV. So just those 2 data points alone put the average tenant in a better position to borrow than the average investor is, who's probably over leveraged, who's probably got to put 20% down, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make, oh, and that's another thing. If you're borrowing as a tenant and you're doing a FHA loan or a VA loan, I mean, you're talking about less than 3.5% to 0% as a VA loan. So putting money down is actually better if you're in a going as a tenant to an owner. Does that make sense? Anybody have any disagreement with that? So I'm going to give you one more social media post, and now I'm going to shut up so you can ask me all the questions you want. You can chew this up, and I'm hoping I'm showing up the right way for you all. I'm going to give you one more social media post that is designed to create engagement, and I will almost guarantee by the end of the day, you will be either on an appointment, looking for properties, getting people pre-qualified, or you're putting in an offer. Here we go. This one is my favorite, y'all. This one is going to take some, how do they say it? Chutzpah for you to get this going. You ready? What's up? It's Bonnie Hubbard. It's Bonetta Hubbard. Did I say it right, Bonetta?
Yes, you said it right. Correct.
All right. Now, if I was to meet you in person, I would say Miss Bonetta Hubbard, but I'm just speaking as you. I'm acting as if I was you. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. So, hey, y'all, it's Bonetta Hubbard, and I am here with a challenge for you. My coach told me to reach out to all of you and challenge me to find 3 properties. Listen to me. Find 3 properties where you're paying the same or less in mortgage than you're paying in rent. Comment below with your bedrooms and bathrooms. And if you don't feel like putting your business out there, send me an instant message with how much you're paying in rent. And I'll find you 3 properties where you're paying the same or less in rent and mortgage than you're paying in rent. Your clipboard is going to light up. Now, if you don't have enough people in your socials, and I certainly do think you have enough people in your socials, you want to put this on your personal page, not your professional page. I'm going to say it again, Carsa. Did I say that right, Carsa? Right. So I want you to put this on your personal page, not your professional page, because remember what we're doing is we're offering the inside track to the friends and family in our lives, right? So we're going to say very clearly, I challenge you or challenge me to find 3 properties where you're paying the same or less in mortgage than you would be paying in rent. Comment below bedrooms and bathrooms and how much you're paying in rent. And if you feel funny about it, DM me the information. Questions about that? Now, I know Tasha Jackson is like, well, I live in Atlanta and Decatur where it's greater. The rents are, I don't know, man. You ain't going to be able to find no rent, the mortgage that's going to be less than a rent. I tell you right now, if you do your math and you use your resources correctly, let's say they are paying, I don't know, what's the average rental where you guys are? Give me the average. Anybody, shoot it in the comments. 1,600, that's perfect. How much is $1,600 a month? If you took $1,600 a month and made that a mortgage payment, what would that be? 17, 16, 17. What would that be as a borrower? How much would I have borrowed to get that? That's probably about 150 to 200, 250, maybe 3, right? Anybody disagree? Okay, first things first. I didn't say in your neighborhood. I said I would find 3 properties. I did not say in your neighborhood. So I might find 3 properties where you can own, maybe further out in the sticks, maybe this, that, and the other thing, maybe in another city altogether, maybe in another state. But you're going to get the conversation started. You're going to get people communicating with you. So you're going to move the needle. If you can't find it, you're going to say to them, man, you are paying that little bit in rent. Stay there. right? You're gonna, right? So that's gonna be the interaction, right? You're not losing anything there. The challenge will be to get as many people commenting as possible. If you get 20 people commenting, I guarantee you by the end of the day, you'll have a pre-qual, you'll have somebody putting in an offer, you'll have somebody wanting to go see properties. Is that fair? All right, last but not least, and like I said, I was gonna shut up before, but this is last but not least, this is the pattern. Every day that I work, I look to create 3 pre-qual opportunities. Every day that I work, I look to create 3 pre-qual opportunities. I'm going to tell you right now, Kathleen, those 3 pre-qual opportunities are most likely going to come from inside of my telephone, not from out in space. So I call up my people, I text my people, I communicate with my people, I social media my people, and I say, hey, listen, I just want to see how valuable this market is to you. And if you can take advantage of it. Why don't you get pre-qualified and let's see what your buying power is. If they already own a home, let's see if we can get you an investment property, or how much we can leverage, et cetera, et cetera. By doing this, number one, you're getting your lender involved. The more you get your lender involved, the more they're going to get involved in your business, and they'll be able to deliver more information to you. I'm going to give you just 2 tips that'll round that off. Second thing that happens is it makes you communicate with your friends and family more. Shame on you for not calling auntie. Right? And the third thing that happens, and this is some key factor. Once your friends and family find out that they can afford $450,000 worth of house, they're never going to leave you alone. They're going to be knocking on that door all the time. Hey man, Andre, you said that dude said that I could afford $475. What you got for $475? They'll never leave you alone. Okay, do this daily. If you did that daily, 3 people a day for 5 days, if my math is correct, that's 15 people out of 15 pre-qualifies. Could you get a conversion, 1 conversion a week? I think the answer is yes. So here's a tip. Once you are communicating with your lender like that, Azim, and you're delivering 3 pre-quals a day, et cetera, you're making them work, et cetera, you can also do this for people that already own homes, which will then give your lender the chance to do a refi. I got you. So to give them a chance to do a refi, and then you can ask your lender, this is it, then I'm questions, you can ask your lender for the people that refied 2 years ago, or the people that didn't qualify for loans 2 years ago, you'd like to reach out and talk to them. Don't throw all your money at me at once. I accept Scotch as payment. So questions.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yes.
you've given us a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody got questions, pop it in the chat. Go ahead and take yourself off mute. Let's go ahead and ask him.
Okay, you said something about the investor. I missed that.
So
I hope this is being recorded because I want to see this about 12 more times.
so the average, excuse me, y'all. The average investor is most likely over leveraged and
Right.
has to put 25 and 30% down, is looking for ways to get the down payment, is looking for ways to collect money. They want to do hard money loans because they actually don't qualify for normal conventional loans.
Right.
So the average tenant with their higher credit score, their lower, they're not usually leveraged, they're lower loan to debt to income ratio, et cetera, puts them in a better position to own a home, to get a mortgage than the average investor. Does that make sense? Yes, yo? Yes, no? So
Yeah.
the average investor is over leveraged and doesn't usually qualify for conventional loans. The average homeowner the average renter would qualify better than the average investor. I guess that's the more layman's terms for it. And you can look this up. This is not, I'm not FMA with this. I'm not from my boo-boo.
Average renter is usually
Okay, I heard the data point. I heard the question. What's the approval part? So I know
So the
you talked
approval,
about. Mhm.
so the approval comes in. So Lanita, did I say it right, Lanita?
Yes.
Okay, so Lanita, hey, you know that African American homeownership is the lowest it's been since 1960s. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Do you own your home?
I don't.
You don't. You know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we see how much house you could buy if you wanted to buy it? So that's the approval. Like it's a repeat and leaning in on your circumstance might be a better way to say it, but I just call it
Okay.
the approval state. Right. Let's see how much home you could qualify for if you wanted to buy a house.
Okay.
Okay. I haven't come up with some catchy phrase for that yet. So that's just data point, right? Question and close. There you go. Data point, question, close. There you go. Anybody else? I promise you, I won't lie to you. So if you ask me a question, even if it's crazy, I'm going to tell you the real answer.
All right, y'all. Y'all got a juggernaut opening it up for questions. So I mean, hey, anything you need to know about your business, you need to be asking.
So last year, I had the least amount of agents on my team. I had only 5 agents on my team. We did 366 transactions last year.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
We only work 222 days a year. We take off for Christmas and New Year's and holidays and birthdays and all of those other days, the beach days. And so just like y'all, we work a regular schedule. I just don't accept anything less than a contract opportunity a day.
Oh.
Where are you located?
I am in the Northeast, New York, New Jersey, the Hudson County market. That's Manhattan, Bronx, the whole New York City metropolitan area, and then Hoboken, Weehawken, and the whole Hudson County. They call it the Gold Coast because everybody makes some money in this area. So, you know, the median income is $500,000. The average price per square foot is between $2,000 and $4,000 a square foot. The average buyer does it 5 transactions within 5 years. They stay 1 year, they move to a lot. So Daniel, they move over here. They're single, they have a roommate. They probably move in and buy a condo that has 2 bedrooms because they have a roommate. Then they fall in love. They move out of that condo, buy another condo, and it's a 1-bedroom. Then, you know, it's a 1-bedroom, you know what happens next. Then there's a little baby that comes, so they got to get another 2-bedroom. But there's no roommates there. Then the next year there's a 3-bedroom because you can't have 2 kids in the same room for some odd reason. You know, it just does it. So we see about 5 transactions in 5 years from the same person.
Sekou, can I say that the most impactful thing that I heard today was, did you want to take advantage of the lower interest rate or the higher prices?
There
Boom.
you go. There you go.
Boom.
There you go. There
That
you go.
one just killed all of the objections that I've heard for the last 3-4 months. I'm like, boom, that's the answer I've been looking for.
I love it. I love it. You're welcome. That's fine. It's been fire for us over here because everybody over here is smart and they're all like, you know, I'm a stockbroker. I know what I'm talking about. I'll be like, oh, okay, great. Did you want to buy at this price and then refinance later for a lower thing? Or did you want to wait till the prices went up, but the interest rates went down?
Touche
I
on
love it.
that one. That's all I can say. That one,
Thank you.
that was the quote of the day for me.
What is the best way to target sellers? So LaQuisha, am I saying it right, LaQuisha? All right. So the best way to, thank you. So the best way to target sellers, I'm going to tell you the simplest way, then I'll tell you the best way. The simplest way is picking up the phone and calling for sale by owners and expires. For sale by owners first, because they always answer the phone. And most agents are intimidated with talking to them. So you actually will be in a very small pool of agents talking to them. The easiest way to target sellers is called circle prospecting. And that's an idea of calling every owner in an area and offering them the opportunity to hear offers. Okay, and so you take an area. So, you know, I know you guys have a lot of subdivisions over there, a lot of new construction subdivisions where they're not quite finished yet. and you have people that want to buy in these places, but there's no inventory, I would approach all of the people that are contracted to buy, that are stuck in a contract to buy this place, that have been sitting there for 2 years waiting for the place to be finished, and ask if we can buy the contract from them. That's called circle prospecting, right? No one else is doing it. There's no one else asking somebody that's contracted if they want to sell the contract, right? But that is a way for you to get into a neighborhood, or you can go to a neighborhood and everybody in the neighborhood is a human being that has ambition, and they're either going to stay there or they're going to move. And the only way you'll figure that out is to ask them. So either knock on the door or circle prospect and ask them, you know, hey, if there was a number that made sense to you, would you consider selling? Now, that's the easiest way, but the simplest way is to call for sale by owners and expireds. There's a script for that. You can find FSBO scripts anywhere, by the way. It's all good. Okay, question. I'm
Will
sorry.
it be like the dropping the pin when you're helping the 3 prospects find the place? It'll be something like that, right?
Yes, ma'am. You remember my pen drop. Boom. So when I'm helping people find places, I used to, before COVID, I would go out with a stack of offers, right? I go out with a clipboard with a stack of offers on it, and I'd wave the offers in their face and be like, I have a whole bunch of offers for the property down the street, and only one person can win. So I was wondering, did you want to hear these offers as well? And then I would do a takeaway close. If they said anything except for yes, I would start pulling the offers away from them, because they were looking, they want to see what they look like, but I start pulling the offers away, put it on my chest. It works.
Okay, that's good.
I love it. Anything else? We got a few more minutes before I get kicked off.
How can we get in touch with you or contact you or anything like that?
I am a simple and easy phone call away. Actually, send me a text. I'll put it in the text, the thing here,
Okay.
285-7388. I am currently, I'm going to say this to you, James, is this all right if I make them an offer?
Yeah,
Wow.
go ahead, man.
Okay.
So I am currently only training teams. So if you wanted to do some coaching, we would have to, will this be emailed to us for the review? I hope so. If you want to get into some coaching, we would have to work out something very special. But the special thing is that I don't ever want you to believe that I wouldn't give you the James Massey family discount. All right. And so basically it's just paying for the cost of the services. I love the crap out of all of you. James, this is always an honor and a pleasure to come and stand next to you, man, and deliver. I hope I delivered good stuff to y'all today.
Now, man, I mean, I appreciate you for everything that you do. Honestly, I mean, pile of notes every single time, pile of notes. So for you all that didn't get anything, I don't know what y'all probably had y'all thing on mute and doing other stuff or whatever. So, but
It was awesome. Very great job. I got 3 pages of notes to share. So
Thank you.
good job, man. Thank you.
It's real good. So just to answer a couple of questions, we had a couple of people asking about like replays and things of that nature. So the replay of this is going to be on the Agent Builders private Facebook group. So if you're not part of Agent Builders, just get with the person, your sponsor, send a message to me or something like that. And then we'll make sure that you're connected to that Facebook group. And not only the replay for this one, but the replay for all of our masterminds are there as well. A little homework, just making sure that everybody's connected to all the stuff that we have in the group. We have 4 trainings that we do every single week within that group. You should be getting emails from, me or Kathleen specifically about those trainings that's going on. But they're like 4 days a week. So all that stuff is connected there. And then on top of it, there's other stuff that's, that we're connecting with our local, ATL group, stuff that's, in other, states and, other areas, other countries, so like, everybody's connected, everybody's utilizing all the groups and information and sharing just to make sure everybody's getting the thing that they actually need. So, with that being said, Sekou, once again, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you've been able to do. And I appreciate you've been doing for our group in and of itself. like definitely reach out to this brother. He's going to be able to help you out in order for you to grow your business. And at the same time, you know, I'm honored to call him my friend as well. So,
That's it, brother. That's it. That's it. What we do like this? Ah.
That's it. That's it, man.
All right. Yeah.
But appreciate everybody. Hey, if you was invited by somebody to actually jump on this call with him, you need to reach out to that person and you need to find out how to partner with us. You know, we do these every second Friday. We do other group, meetings as well. It's strictly about growing and building your business. So with that being said, everybody, wonderful Friday. Let's kill it. Utilize what he said. Don't just listen to it. Utilize what he said, and let's go get a deal a day. Love it.
Thanks, everyone. Happy to be in business with you.
Did you
Thank
say
you, everyone.
Did you say Agent Builders on Facebook?
Agent Builders, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
The link is in the chat.
Okay.